Welcome back. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we had an unfortunate encounter. Fortunate encounter with our friends, Larry Butts and Wendy Oldbag, because of course they're gonna show up, especially Oldbag, who we just saw, quote-unquote, yesterday in the game. She really does just follow Edgeworth everywhere, huh? Apparently they're involved with the whole, Cadopian, Alabastian, Babalese, murder mystery hour. In some way, we found out that they're part of the Steel Samurai stage show that's going on, or that was going on. And, they could end up being key witnesses in the overall, case. Let's hope not, for Edward's sake, for his own sanity. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wendy Oldbag. No, thank you. No, thank you. So, today, we're investigating what's been going on the Alabastian side of the embassy. We found out that the big old do not touch statue, the important statue that supposedly is real on both sides of the embassy, may or may not have been involved in the murder. It may or may not have been a murder weapon. Forget having a thinker statue. You've got giant golden steel samurai as the murder weapon. Pretty good. Let's go. So we're at the beginning of the next investigation, middle part 2. And I believe we're in the Alabastian Garden? So let's see what's going on out here. The unfortunate murder of Masked Star Damask II. I don't think he's actually going to be important to the story. He was just some random dude wearing a Masked Star Damask costume. Like, I would love to see a full sprite of this guy. Like, what would he even look like? He's just a dude. He's very egg-like. Name is Kashino. He gambled away his life and lost. March 14th, 9:21 p.m. Open air stage. Dude. Adobo Pho de shop. Is that gonna be your pho shop? It's me, Chicken Pho. I've left the Mask II investigation to Francisca and returned to Babal. Oh wait, this is the Babalese side. Right, because this is where the fire was. Right, we saw this. Okay. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! What's going on? Mr. Coupon over there. So, Kay, what's the situation? Oldbag go bye-bye. We've left her to Francisca. Hopefully her whip can keep her at bay. She'd never use it on Oldbag. It's not gonna work. She's too powerful for it. Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun! Yes, that's why I do it all the time. There's a reason I'm so attracted to murder. Hear that, Oldbag? If you want Edgeworth to pay any sort of attention to you, you gotta murder someone. That's the only way he'll show any interest. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. Do you not find investigating fun, Edgeworth? I've had fun.
We went goofing off. Honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out.
Very well, then. Gumshoe must have been doing a lot of investigating, because he's got such a big heart. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oldbag would totally murder in order to grab Edgeworth's attention. That's true, and that is so scary. Kara's gonna eat adobo. Like, okay, sure, I am glad to feed. Honestly, though, it's very delicious. You got that soy sauce vinegar flavor. It's,
Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir.
That's not an update. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir?
You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct?
Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. Oh, look at that. That's something they started doing in the later Ace Attorney games, like getting rid of extra evidence you have. Because sometimes trials take so long, you end up with too much evidence, and the game's like giving you a little free pass, like, you know, we're not gonna confuse you, we're just gonna get rid of some of the stuff you have. They belong to the lady under the pink princess's mask. Not gonna tell you who it is, though.
The pink princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
A wrinkly one. The kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday, if you recall.
Oh. Oh, understood, sir.
He remembers. He remembers.
We had fun with all these dead bodies. Wow, another one appeared just over there behind that door. I swear I didn't do it, sir.
Just dead bodies everywhere they go. They're just cursed.
If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere.
Just throw them in a fireplace, burn them. Easy. He doesn't seem that all enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. I can't blame him either. Evidence that has lost their value given the Detective Gumshoe. Lost their value. I like how they're phrasing that. Usually there's like, oh, evidence unrelated to the case. No, they're just like, just no value. Like, because to Edgeworth, it has completely just, it has gained a negative value at this point. See, we lost the undershirt. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What happened, Edgeworth? I thought you wanted to keep that signature. Now that he knows it's from Larry. Well, I mean, now that he knows it's from Larry, he can get one anytime. How many chickens know of the old ones? Well, I've been playing World of Horror, so, you know, I've been working on trying to appease the elder gods. So far, I've failed like twice, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll sacrifice myself, and then everything will be fine. How much chicken blood do you need? 2 liters, 3 liters? Easy.
What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away?
Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Faker. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Oh, you can feel the heartbreak and betrayal in Edgeworth's soul. Oh, he wanted so bad for that to be a real signature. Like, is it any more real than anybody else's that would have been in that costume? I guess if it was Will Powers's, that would have been perfect. Yeah.
Wait, what? What do you mean by fake?
Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Thank you for using the automatic evidence arrangement system. Have a nice day. How many pages of evidence do I have now? Yeah, just 2 pages. That's good. So let's look at what we got. Let's take notes. We've got the piece of pamphlet saying the differences between Alabast and Babal, the state of Cochin's body, the Babal's Primaduck statue, as well as the Alabast Primaduck statue, the bloody knife, the bloody knife, the not bloody knife, but it was bloody before, paper documents. This is the one that talked about the smuggling ring, right? I believe so. Yes, those 3. So anytime I need to talk about the smuggling ring, I should bring that up. The knife that was on the knife, the knife handle that was on the knife near Cochin's body. Important thing is that it was actually Babalese, even though the knife itself was Alabastian. Samurai spear, note from Damask giving him orders to steal the Primaduck statue. Counterfeit money, samurai dogs, samurai dogs. I looked up what the samurai dogs are. I forget the name because it's a really complicated like type of pastry, but it's kind of like a mooncake. Not really. Not really. Kay, do you know anything about pastries?
Yes?
All right, what's your update? Did you have fun with the dead bodies? How is the investigation going in the Babalese Secretariat's office, Kay?
Well, even though we found a few treasures,
They've all been pretty much burnt to a crisp. Were you investigating or scouting things to steal?
a treasure is a terrible thing to waste.
Anyway, is there anything else I should know about?
Oh, that's right. You know what I found in that office? A wooden bear carving. It's so cute. Can I have it, huh? Can I?
Okay, we're not buying foreign treasures and trinkets. It's not a souvenir shop. It's an embassy. No, of course you can't. It probably costs like millions of dollars. By the sound of things, it appears there's been no progress in the investigation. Well, that's what I get for leaving it to her. Let's look at stuff. Is Kay gonna steal Edgeworth's life? Oh! Well, maybe his heart. Not in a fatherly way. I think that's already happened, though. Can't just steal from a government building. Maybe you can't, but the Yatagarasu can. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated.
You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this.
Which is it, Kay? Do you want to be a thief or do you want to be a musical performer? Oh, gaming news, rather. I just remembered right now. Because I just, thought about punk rock. They revealed the design for young but / older Pura from Breath of the Wild in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And her design is sweet. Look at her. She's like a punk rocker. Look at that. She even has the same glasses and everything. This is that character who accidentally turned herself into a baby in Breath of the Wild because she developed an anti-aging serum. This is how she looked 100 years ago. Look at that. She's looking nice. I might have to draw her later, for reasons.
Something like the greatest Great Thief show.
You saw that trailer too. I need to actually watch the trailer, but I am just more excited for Age of Calamity by the day. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I should also probably play regular Hyrule Warriors to practice up, because I've never actually finished a Warriors game. I've also got Gundam Dynasty Warriors. I could also play that. Like, I've played them a couple of times. I've never just sat down and finished one. It's like, alright, I've played one level. I've kind of played them all. Not that it isn't fun. It's just that, alright, I got my satisfaction. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. That's what I'm thinking. You can't be public and private at the same time. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose therefore the renovation.
Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter.
How do you smell gold? Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Uh-oh, stinky.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play on words there.
Gummy! Don't just randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that.
Oh, he can and he will. I graciously welcome it. Gumshoe is basically Edward's shadow. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe?
No, it's not like that, sir.
Huh. There's a certain object here. I wonder what it is. This looks like a stepladder. Ladder. Edgeworth? No.
Actually, that's a stepladder?
They're the exact same thing.
No way! From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder.
That's just a rope.
A stepladder is much too heavy to carry around after all.
And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty. Guilty? Of being dangerous during an earthquake. Oh, isn't a rope ladder like suspended though? That's not that dangerous. There you have it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. The ladder stepladder argument. I think it actually becomes relevant? Maybe? Let's see. It didn't become evident, so maybe not. Just one of these days, I want the difference between a ladder and stepladder to be relevant in the court itself in Ace Attorney. And then it just drags on to a whole thing involving like the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the judge, the defendant themselves. Just a big old argument spanning everybody, and then the audience goes,
Order in the court. I hereby declare that a stepladder is not a ladder.
Finally, from the judge, we can put that argument to rest.
Hey, do you detect the scent of treasure coming from this bush?
The scent of treasure? Not at all. What does that sound like? Rusty copper? A smell like?
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it.
Am I so out of touch? No, it is the kids who are wrong. Yeah, I did see the concept art for Pura and how like it looks like her younger / older. Her 100 years ago design looks like it's based off of it. It's really cool how they actually went back. I'm not with it.
No, it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic.
Since when? Tell that to, I don't know, Simon Blackwell? Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor. Tell that to Clavier Gavin, how about that? Okay, you need to meet a certain, honorable samurai, prosecutor. And Edgeworth, you need to meet a certain German rocker, prosecutor. The prosecutors and Ace Attorney are just so eccentric.
You really think so?
That prosecutor we met at Gatewonderland seemed to be pretty active. Well, right now he's actively in jail. Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything just naturally balances out? Take that, jock sportsman. Oops. The ladder joke never dies. I've never finished a Warriors game. Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn? Yeah, I did a lot of research, like which one's the best, 1, 2, 3, or Reborn, apparently. I ended up getting a copy of the first game, because I just wanted one with a good story, you know? Yeah. Hey, you're not going back to Alabast already, no? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information. It's a traffic cone. Actually, it's a road cone. What's the difference? So, how come so many traffic cones are red and white? Visibility? That's because they're highly visible from a great distance. But what if you're colorblind? That's not how it works. Oh, is that why? So then the reason you wear that wine red suit is for visibility's sake? Edgeworth, the flashiest prosecutor of them all. Please don't compare me to a ragged plastic traffic cone. Well, think about it this way, Edgeworth. A traffic cone is meant to uphold the law, and sometimes it gets run over by a car. There's a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around this renovation site.
They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere.
I believe Ambassador Palladino said it was to attract more tourists and visitors.
What could they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth?
Make a courthouse. I called it! How about transforming it into a courthouse?
Hey, be serious!
But I was being serious. Oh, Edgeworth, you stuffy old fool! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I gotta get back into his voice. Coupon. Here, have a coupon. Yes. Oh. So you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. I have a strict diet. Oh, I'm sure that whatever we have in our cafeteria can suit your needs. I operate on a strict diet of justice and order. Maybe we can oblige. I lost his voice. I ended up just doing more Edgeworth. Open air stage. Oops. Wrong button. Christoph Gavin. Christoph Gavin's his brother. Clavier. This open air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally, we just use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babel. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabast Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give my speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to, because of the fire that Yatagarasu started. Exactly. What kind of man was Manny Cochin? He was a coach. You have a diet of coupons. Paper, rich in fiber and savings. Wow. 20% off of your... It's the coupon diet. You eat 20% off coupons, you lose 20% of your body weight. Easy. Dynasty Warriors Gundam Story. Good, not the best gameplay. I saw it is an early game. Makes sense to me. Ambassador Palladino, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primidoc statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babel used to be one country called Codopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primidoc statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. What happened to the king now? So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? Yeah, but then what are you gonna do? You're gonna have two statues and you're not gonna know which one is real. I have no reason to believe so.
The Primiduck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy.
I wonder if Ambassador Paleno knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. So let's show him the statue right after this.
The king was killed in an age-old calamity.
That's the wrong... That's 100 years ago.
A murder? In my country?
Is Paleno Scottish now? Can I do his voice, but with a Scottish accent? Ambassador Paleno, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about.
Yes! Oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about a 2 or 3?
What is that? I'm not doing that anymore. That doesn't work.
In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes.
I'm like all over the place now. I've lost it. I'm not even trying to do the accent anymore, but it's still happening. Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manikochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary.
Sure, I'll tell you what I know.
Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador.
He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. Now he is unable because he's dead. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. Whether it be chicken skin or lizard pelts, whatever it is. Bring me 3 boar butts. Yes, any sort of MMO-related fetch quest, he could do it. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings.
He was the kind of guy to be able to get anything. I guess it really did mean anything, huh? Sounds like Mr. Kochin had a very sharp mind.
The mastermind. Recently, Manny had been very busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me.
Man, look at how much of a smile is on this man's upper lip. Like he's able to do an uwu face with his mouth open from smiling. Like if his eyes were open, it would just be 110% uwu.
I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again.
So quickly?
Object to this.
Oh, I will never object to Nestle Yellow Pikachu. How you doing?
But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon.
I suppose not. Maybe whoever was behind these murders was really against the ideas of the countries unifying. But to what end? Maybe they'd lose a grand inheritance or something like that. Here, have an Alabast Primiduck statue. Present. Have a present. I present to you Alabast Statue. Haha! Now Babal can have both and just have absolute rule. Ambassador Paleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primiduck statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal.
So it would appear. You know? You knew?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past.
I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier.
Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Primiduck statue immediately.
Because the statue currently in your country's possession.
Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. That's not gonna fly, sir. I don't know how much you've omitted from your investigation.
And it is definitely Alabast Statue.
Oh, wait, how do you know?
I know because it's the real statue.
Oh! The petty squabble that's been going on for years, and he just knew this entire time that his country had the fake. No way.
Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
That way they could just avoid an international incident. You know, politics are hard. They're very hard, especially international ones.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Then why are you telling me this?
Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell.
Oh. So maybe it's not strong enough to kill someone? Or maybe it is strong enough to kill someone, it's just it happens to be light enough to lift in order to smash it on someone's head. Important information.
Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right?
You know, if I were in your shoes, I'd make the same decision, I guess. If you don't know yourself, I won't pretend to know either. I'm a prosecutor, not an ambassador.
I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me.
And I suppose that's why only the ambassadors of each country are allowed to touch them. Because then if you picked it up, you'd know at first glance that it would be fake. At first, like, lift. Wait a minute. You know what? That's right. Alabast, Babal, Cadopia, A, B, C. Just wait until we reveal a fourth country. Dodopia. It'll be the secret to the country's reunification. It'll just invade both Alabast and Babal and just be the ruler of them all. Ha!
Isn't it simply ironic?
A little bit. A little bit. Jeez. So what about your guys' statue then?
This statue resembles the hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue?
Well, considering it's fake, it probably is more Steel Samurai than anything else.
It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right?
I'm not sure what to think. I thought the thing was a national treasure. But if you're talking to Edgeworth, the largest Steel Samurai fanboy in the courtroom, he'll agree. Notice how he didn't say no. All right, then let's continue exploring then. They're having a real time of it cleaning up after the fire. I suppose we should stay out here and investigate the stage some more. Can we go inside? What is his accent now? It kind of went back to tourist advertising dude, like the guy at the beginning of Super Mario Sunshine.
Welcome to beautiful Isle Delfino!
Just looking at these scaffolds makes you want to climb them. I recommend that you do not try. There was a fire burning here not too long ago. Ha ha, fire, fire. They might still be hot. Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says, if there is a height to be scaled, then scale it you must. Okay, who are you? Shilong Lang?
Sun Tzu said, if fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. Sun Tzu said that, and I think he knows a little more about fighting than you do, pal, because he invented it.
Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? You've been hanging around Mr. Shilong Lang a bit too much. Let's see, where else should I investigate? If only I could, like, jump into the area. Do. What haven't I looked at? Oh, maybe talk to Gumshoe? Oh yeah, I haven't talked to him yet.
Mr. Edgeworth!
You look like you're enjoying yourself, detective. Stop it. Did I just catch you having fun? No fun allowed. There's been murders. There's been at least 2 murders. And if Old Bag gets her way, there might be a 3rd.
What do you mean, sir?
I mean, I need to get as far away from her as possible. Who knows how much more I can take? There's only so much a man can endure.
Well, I don't have as much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir.
Imagine the character of a detective who, like, is a murderer, and he kills, like, basically what happened in Death Note. He kills people in order to join the investigation and watch as people around him in his own detective agency, like, investigate the case. And then suddenly he's come up with a perfect explanation of who the killer actually is without indicting himself. and he just throws some poor sap under the bus. All according to Keikaku. Oh, I'm sure there's an anime like that already. Besides Death Note. So, what did you find out?
Oh, well,
I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Okay, Edgeworth. Let's not say as usual. Gumshoe's investigations are usually very useful to Phoenix Wright's case. Dun, dun. Oops. I keep pressing the wrong button to confirm. I've been playing my PS Vita. Surprisingly enough, I've been playing my PS Vita, and I've been used to pressing X to confirm.
hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really important, interesting from Ambassador Paleno.
Oh? And what is this something interesting?
This, sir.
A lantern? Wow. Okay, if we're done like celebrating Obon, let's actually get to the investigation.
Wow, that's so pretty! I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there.
Why does the flame burn green, detective? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even notice.
So apparently, if you burn that special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir.
Oh? That's important. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. And maybe Babbly's ink retains enough of that oil in order to burn green as well. I suppose this is a ploy to force other people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Just like Twilight Princess. The fact that you have a lantern, but you always gotta refill the oil. That was one of my least favorite parts about Twilight Princess. The fact that your lantern just kept running out. I'd always have to keep a bottle of extra oil, and like, that's a bottle I could use for a fairy or for potions, you know?
Hey, Gummy, what about all these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so they project the images.
Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Hey, wait a minute. Silhouette. The silhouette of the Yatagarasu appeared over on the Alabastan side. This could be an explanation for that. Green fire, it's Luigi! Ho ho! Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation.
Hey, what's wrong, sir?
There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much?
You got it, sir.
I want you to investigate how much of a brain you have left. Whatever percentage you tell me, that's how much salary you'll have after this case. Oh, that's so mean.
Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner.
Ah, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant.
It was his to begin with. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this, even though one of you is literally a child. The children that Edgeworth is used to dealing with are pretty much Francisca and then Larry and Phoenix when they were kids. It's a pretty skewed sample size if you ask me.
Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
A thief child.
Oh, I see.
It's piano music. It's amazing how suspenseful yet progressive feeling a piano piece can be. It's just like this one, I don't know, riff looping over and over again. I just love the investigation themes in Phoenix Wright games so much. They get your mind moving. Yeah.
So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country?
International incident. You gotta say, why is the Japanese a circle? What? Japanese? Here? I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't Japanese, this is like symbols, like butterfly symbols on the front. That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. It's hard enough to smuggle one thing, but to like swap? This has to be the work of a master thief. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this, I'm sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastan side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where the Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. But it was a silhouette. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate this Rose Garden post-haste.
Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Nice guitar pick. What is that supposed to be? Was it the Guy Fawkes mask? It looked like that, but a guitar pick? What is it?
My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. You think it'll be of any use?
There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that it could get wet from around here. How is it still wet? How fresh is this evidence?
Oh, I just stored it in my mouth.
Why?
I thought I had to smuggle it. You know, it's like international or something.
Can't you? Let me just wipe this down first. You don't know where that's been.
I'm assuming in a guitar bag.
Maybe.
I was thinking, they have this concerts here at the open air stage from time to time, right?
Alright, I'll find its owner later. It's a guitar pick. It looks like a guitar pick. It's got like a special engraving on it. Maybe it has something to do with mask, star to mask. Oh, you're asking why is the Japanese period literally a circle? I have no idea. I just like that you can tell where it's from because of that. I think because of Japanese calligraphy, you can't really make a small dot. You have to actually make a tiny circle, or else it looks weird. It looks like a hash mark instead. That's my guess, because of the way Japanese used to be written.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
Wait, I just got rid of evidence. Wait a minute. What's this?
It's misused perfume.
You kept that all this time? Ew, it might be expired. Does perfume expire?
It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down.
I guess it's strong enough that even 7 years later it's... Uh-oh. I need to do a jump cut. My stream stopped. That's great. Perfume. Kay kept it all these years. That's what I was talking about. From Callisto. If we get Missile back, maybe he can sniff it out, but I don't think he's coming back at this point in time.
So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Maybe a dab a little bit behind your ear. You know, you can't smell too good. All right. I'm assuming talking to these guys won't give me anything new. Don't. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go. Hello? I wonder if we can scout out the stage, too. We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours now.
Mr. Edgeworth, have I ever told you talk like an old fogey?
Oh, I was merely reminiscing. Is that such a crime?
Gigi?
Edgeworth's an old man. He really is a dad. I think I'll be returning to the investigation Alabast now, but...
I know. I'll go back to Babel and do some more investigating there.
Was I supposed to do that right away? Oops, too late now. March 14th, 9:58 p.m. The Rose Garden. The Rose Bowl. I see your back. Oh, Lang? I see your back, Miles Edgeworth. No, Francisco.
I see your back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babel? Also, I can't really say if I expect much from Scruffy and that girl.
The investigation into ManokAdobo's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Antagonizer. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
You know, there's just a fence. You can easily jump over it. Maybe climb over it with a step ladder.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Antagonizer appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire at the Babali's embassy that the Antagonizer started.
You can't say that it was both the Yatagarasu. Or maybe only one of them was, and the other was just a ruse.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. There's a feather right there. No, wait, that's a chicken feather. Sorry, that's me. Don't.
It must be the same. Yeah. I totally think we're gonna have to use the silhouette lantern to prove that the Yatagarasu silhouette was a fake. And you know, there's a giant spotlight right here. I will say the Rose Garden is a lot fancier than Babal's Garden. Like, it's currently under construction, so I can't blame them. But Alabast has definitely got a thing for nature.
There's an overturned spotlight here.
When the Antagonizer appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over.
I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
He's not used to imagining that many people on purpose.
I sought to use my whip to capture the Antagonizer. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash.
Don't lie, Francisca. There were just not enough men in the way. Too many women. You just would not dare.
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead.
Or that too. I like this little fountain. It has the water dripping off of a leaf. Like Totoro's umbrella.
A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water.
It says it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seemed to allow thee at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that.
Dude, your heart, she's made of marble, dude. Come on, sometimes a statue is a statue. You know, Francisca is a little more poetic than I give her credit for. See? A beautiful lady with a beautiful heart. That's Franny.
Tonight in this very rose garden, the Alabastian ambassador, Carcass Alba, was to give a commemorative speech. A very key commemorative speech is that. Including aged Lang, the security detail was very tight. But as if to mock our efforts, the Antagonizer appears. Then just like that, the thief vanishes and starts a fire at the Babali's embassy.
Interesting. And are you sure it was the Yatagarasu who appeared here?
Of course. But to have slipped by such tight security and then disappear into thin air, we will need to conduct a very thorough investigation of this area.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. In order to find out the truth behind what happened here, I should start by gathering as much information as I can.
That seems a bit obvious, but let's go. Oh no, Lang is here. Let's investigate literally everything else first. We need to collect information so we don't look dumb.
There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance.
Like maybe a perfume?
It's not just for aesthetics. The pool's water is also used in putting out fires.
Too bad that the fire didn't happen on this side.
I see.
Oh!
The pool stopped filling itself automatically.
The fountain spots are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level.
If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level?
It's just a giant toilet cistern. Just fill it up. At my college, there was a big old, like, inverted fountain. And it was right in front of a building that, was basically big and flat. So, it was very unfortunate, but it looked like a toilet, essentially. And everyone would just call it the toilet bowl. Like, hey, you want to go get lunch? Yeah, meet me at the toilet bowl. I have a class there at 12 o'clock.
Floosh! Kaboom! Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy.
I guess to put out Babal's fire?
I guess I'll take some notes about that just in case.
Weedy, what's up? Welcome on in. Ah!
What the heck are you doing, dude?
Does your suit double as a scuba outfit?
How dare you surprise me like that?
Well, you tried to stalk Francisca now.
Larry! Larry!
Oh, no. Francisca is soft around women. She seems to like flowers and poetry as well. Francisca has a soft side. Go play Ace Attorney 3. Absolutely. Her character is deeper than you think. Okay, what's going on, Larry? How's your suit not just like filled to the brim with water, just like squirting out of every crevice?
Ugh. How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there.
Your gratitude alone is enough. And it's more than enough. Please, just leave it at that. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, dude, let's go for burgers. I'll take you to your favorite ramen joint.
I don't like ramen, Larry. You know that.
I thought you did. Oh, must have been someone else.
More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment.
I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
I don't know. You'd probably like jump into a lake that has a murder on it. On almost Christmas. Objection. All right then. Then did you by chance fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy?
The steel baby. The steel baby. Look, you. What woman had a child with you? That's my question. I hope you're doing well, Wendy. Sorry that Larry appeared just when you came by. Hope you're doing well.
Your son? I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him!
You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway?
Not a real child.
Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? That's Edward's first concern. Because I'd be curious too. Who had a child with Larry? Oh.
The mother? Oh, that chick. The prank princess.
Wait. Now this sounds really wrong if you forget that it's just a doll.
You had a child with Old Bag?
What? The pink princess?
Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. The Iron Infant, not the Steel Baby. Steel Baby! I think Steel Baby is a brand of guitar string. Steel Baby.
Yep. Because I'm a Steel Samurai through and through. Heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son.
You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool.
That's Larry for you. Look at him, he's just in the water. Oh boy, what woman would like Larry? Hey, a lot of women like Larry. It's money. Oh, like that's the thing. Love him or hate him, he's just very pathetic, and I feel bad for him. Larry, we've not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant, but rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now, get back out of there.
Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there.
Wait! Hey, wait! What, is the only way out, like, underneath? Oh. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. Unless there's a tube leading to the other side. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Larry? I'm gonna sit here for, like, 3 minutes. And if Larry doesn't come back up, we can assume he's dead. Right? Unless he's Guybrush Threepwood. I can hold my breath underwater for 10 minutes. This statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like King Primadux.
Larry drowned. Ben drowned.
The flag says King Primadux and the battlefield. The battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primadux was actually a person of royal blood? I thought it was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. I'm sure the legend started because of the character. Because of the person. Well, what surprises me is that the real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. It could possibly be that Salmonella based the Steel Samurai on the king. Like retroactively. I suppose there's that too. Quite possibly. Double checking my evidence a little bit, just making sure I have what I have. Standard spots. Dun 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 dun. Can I investigate any of these in 3D? Imagine if the pick was 3D. Whatever this is supposed to be. I want 3D samurai dogs. Capcom, please. Capcom, please. Don't just tease me like that. And imagine, because it's only in the US version, they'd have to model a hot dog just for that. Windy's internet keeps flickering. Oh no! Sorry, Windy. I had an internet outage just a few minutes ago myself, so I do know that pain. Sorry about that. There's an overturned spotlight here. At the very least, I try to make sure there's quality options so it's not too bad, but there's only so much I can do. Benzuya Takarasu appeared. The audience that was waiting for the speech to start panic. Oh, this again. Same thing. Da 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 da. Danganronpa. What? Why? This ain't Danganronpa. Dang it, Grandpa. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair. It's a very nice chair. It's a royal chair. Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him so he has gotten tired during his speech. Wouldn't they put the chair on the stage? In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? He wanted to look good and ambassador-like. The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why. Yep. Sounds like my old principal from grade school who'd speak at assemblies. I wanted to get onto the stage and just pretend to be the speechmaker. Put like hail to the chief. Edward for president. So this is where the Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. The stage was set up nicely. However, where was the audience supposed to sit? They only get to stand. Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool? Facing the pool? Facing away? That's such poor planning if there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool. They really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense the consideration for the viewers was taken with those. It's funny, yeah, like, in a real courtroom, at least in the US, like, they don't have the viewer gallery all sitting around the place like it's supposed to be some sort of, I don't know, tournament of champions in medieval times. No, it's just like a couple of seats in the front for the, I don't know, anybody who's not involved in the court proceedings. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. Da-da-da-da. Just talk to everybody but Lang. These are some beautiful roses here. Just imagine him walking around, Lang's like, why won't he just talk to me already? I've been waiting to give him a lipful or two. Oh, look, flowers. These are some beautiful roses here. They seem to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color, one color per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things. Alright, Francisca, what's your idea of proper balance in court? 100% guilty. There's no 50-50. It balances all on one side. It's just court is on its side to her. How's the investigation proceeding on your end? Lang Z says, that's top secret.
If you're going to attempt to imitate your superior, at least do it well.
I don't suppose he believes the accidental leakage of information. Alright, Mr. Lang, take out those sunglasses. It's nighttime, dude. Dun, 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 dun. Edgeworth for president.
Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir! And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir.
Did you investigate the people here or investigate the entire city?
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
They made like 30 arrests in one day. They're not even related to what they're investigating.
Agent Lang.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
Sure. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? Look at how we're intimidating Lang. This is our tactic for us to get him to talk. It's a sibling sandwich. You're right, Weedy. Stuck between Edgeworth and Avant Karma. Just staring him down. Gee. Look at it. He's sweating. He's breathing heavy. He can't help but talk.
We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light.
Seems kind of violent.
You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
In so many words, I guess we're on the same side. The problem is just getting him to believe that I'm on his side. All right, Lang, you've got nowhere to run. We've got Francisca blocking off the pass. You try to juke her, her whip will get you. She'll just like pull a hearth and just wrap around your leg, tripping you. You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time, so naturally you witnessed when the Antagonizer appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right. With my own 2 eyes.
You saw the thief? You saw the actual thief?
The Antagonizer was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when the cries of, "It's the Antagonizer" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. By the time we got the area lit again, the deft thief had vanished.
Have I ever presented my badge to Lang? I'm sure I have. I could probably go back on the VODs. If I get another chance, I'll do it again. He probably says something like, "Yeah, fancy badge, but a real man shows his badge like a true Interpol agent." Like, all flashy and fancy.
When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know.
Yeah, and before it's Larry.
No, that's wrong!
It was a Green Lantern. It was the Green Lantern. Hal Jordan, is that you?
But one thing is for certain. The Antagonizer was here.
So you're saying that, basically, all you saw was the thief's silhouette?
Yes.
Objection!
Haha! Francisca, I had it, but of course you can talk if you want. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Good thinking, sis. You might just be right.
Don't call me sis.
If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. Wait! My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow? I'm you, Snake. I'm your shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. It's plausible. It's busted. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Antagonizer. I believe I figured out its true origin. This jack-o'-lantern, I carved it right now out of a pumpkin. You see, I expected no less from my subordinate. We're still going with that, huh? Now let's hear what you know on the subject. We having an argument? Oh, never mind. What really cast the shadow of the Antagonizer? Okay. So like, it's a statue, but it's like shaped kind of weird in a different way. Like it's this statue. No, it's this statue. It's one of the statues. I'm just gonna say one or the other. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Antagonizer. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edwards? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Antagonizer.
You are correct, however. This statue is but one part of the whole picture.
What do you mean by only one part?
What is the other part of the real form of the Antagonizer statue?
The leaf.
Oops. If you take a look at this, don't you find it to be a bit suspicious?
Not at all.
Oof. As I thought. Clearly you're too small-brained for my line of logic. Just look harder. Squint your eyes. Just... please. Right? No? For you see, I was merely testing you just now.
We have no time to waste on your pompous talk, so get on with your explanation already. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh, baby, a triple.
No!
No! Guess Francisca just couldn't understand my point. Welcome back, Jerry. What'd you get? What kind of snack food did you eat? Was it something good? Was it something healthy? It doesn't have to be healthy, but you know. I cooked some veggie burgers for dinner today. Those were pretty good. I probably won't get them again. They tasted like hash browns more than burgers. I like hash browns, but I need something a bit meatier.
Take that.
The other statue.
It's another statue.
The Antagonizer statue was made from the shadows of these two statues. Am I gonna do a minigame? I'm gonna have to rotate the statues in 3D? Please tell me I do.
Made? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared...
You believe the two statues will create the Antagonizer shadow?
Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Antagonizer. Show me your true form. Healthy snack, what's that? Ice cream, nice. I actually bought some root beer and vanilla ice cream to make some root beer floats, but I stick with the brands you know. I went with like the Whole Foods brand, and it doesn't mix well with ice cream. Like it gets all bitter for some reason, and I regret it. I regret it because I don't want to drink the root beer by itself. It's got like 40 grams of sugar. I'm just gonna stuck with it. Oh well, I'll figure out what to do with it. I can still have the ice cream at least. Yeah. What flavor ice cream though? It's very important you tell me what kind. First, we shut up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primidux and the battlefield. Battlefield? Why not Final Destination, huh? Scrub. The shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light out on the queen who spoke of love to King Primidux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. That's unfortunate. Who set up this area? There's no seating, there's no place for the guests to stand, the statues are in front of the lights. It's so badly arranged. Unless it's on purpose.
Aha! So if you would combine the two shadows...
That close, but no cigar.
It looks nothing like the Antagonizer statue. Shadow. Miles Edwards, how do you explain this grotesque shape?
Woman wearing baggy clothes, and she's also a unicorn.
Lady Narwhal, that's what she is.
Jerry got chocolate with fudge. Nice. Nice. Do you add anything? I usually add like Oreo to my ice cream if I'm not making a root beer float. It's just my favorite dessert, honestly. Like, I've got a bunch of favorite desserts, but if you ask me and I have to come up with something on the fly, root beer float. Heck yeah, it's simple, it's tasty, heaps of sugar, but you know, don't. It's dessert. It deserves to have it. Looks like a yokai. Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of his shadow.
Only one part.
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Antagonizer statue.
Why didn't you say that in the first place?
You're right, I apologize.
What part then? Now, what part of the queen statue was used to complete the Antagonizer statue? Hand.
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long thin areas, correct? Now, what does it remind you of?
Are you okay, Queen Primadux? Your hand... That is an odd angle. Is that... So that's the left hand... Okay. Okay, that's the back of the hand. I thought it was the palm. Like, wait, what? No, the thumb's on top, meaning it's... No, wait, what? Yeah, thumb's on top, so it's the back of the hand. Because it's the left hand.
What does that remind you of?
Ah!
That's right. It can only be the statue of the queen's left hand.
What an odd specific coincidence. There's never a coincidence in Ace Attorney games. Somebody planned this. Somebody did this on purpose to make the Yatagarasu, quote-unquote, make a appearance.
Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand?
Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get.
Yeah, baby.
That doesn't really look like a hand, though, in that silhouette. Like, the fingers are really pointy. Like, look at the thumb. It's like a needle. It's...
Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see.
This plot point is honestly unconvincing. It's just so random.
In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan.
Honestly, this, like Ace Attorney and Danganronpa, anytime they come up with a plan that requires some sort of mastermind to arrange things in a very specific manner, that's when things get out of hand, usually.
By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished.
Which means that the shadow was from a construct from the very beginning. Absolutely, Harish agrees. Like, I don't hate it. I like how silly it is. It's just that the game has to set the correct mood of it being silly. And Ace Attorney is generally pretty good at balancing out silly and silly. Because they have these defined, like, oh, this is a silly moment, and then this is a serious court moment, and then this is like interaction with my silly moment and whatnot. Like, Danganronpa has its court proceedings and its investigations, but it's such a tonal shift from everyday life to when a murder occurs that it just ends up being a bit less coherent in Danganronpa. I at least believe so. And that's just its style. Like, love it or hate it. I'm okay with it. I do prefer Ace Attorney overall, though.
So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babao, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast.
An accomplice? But who? Mask starred Mask 2?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving the case is the existence of this accomplice.
That kind of came out of nowhere. Like, normally you should probably come up with... You should probably require an explanation. You need to come up with a situation where an accomplice is required to explain it, rather than think like, oh, there must have been an accomplice, like right away from the bat. Like, somebody could have easily set up this stuff, then gone to Babel. But it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense.
How's the investigation going?
No, it's bad. Akadoshina. I'm just guessing at this point.
How's the investigation going?
Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu?
Have you come to have more than 3 lines in this episode? It's both good and bad for me. Yeah, you know what, Jerry? I think I will get some root beer after this. Root beer float. I'll try it again. Maybe this time I need to use more ice cream and less soda.
I let the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Antagonizer. So yes.
Sounds like a plan. So, what have you found out?
I've got a piece of evidence.
I got a jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it?
May I see it? No. Aurora Borealis?
Sure, but you might regret it.
It's a severed human hand. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please...
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you I'm a genius, a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture.
A journalist? Sounds like a lot of hooey to me.
Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her.
Dang it, Lotta. Wait a minute. Why? Why is it every time Lotta takes a picture, it's something like a blur in the distance in the night sky? It's so like her. What in the world? I guess bad wasn't so bad after all.
The Antagonizer is flying through the air?
The times, they are a-changin'.
No, bad. Thieves haven't learned to fly. This is clearly like wires or something.
It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now.
When was this photo taken? It's something.
Apparently right after the fires, on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from.
She was scouting out the whole time? I see. So this was taken after the fire. Yeah, you know what? Lotta was probably staying at a hotel. And she was determined, even though she wasn't allowed in the embassy after... Maybe she got kicked out. And she was still determined to take a picture of the event.
The blur in this picture took off from the Valleys embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
You think it's a hole in the photo? The media men beg to differ, driven by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice she skates is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim.
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact? Hey, you know, they built a real jetpack not too long ago. It basically involves strapping a giant jet to your back and then 2 jets to your hands. And it's able to work. Like, the reason jetpacks haven't really worked up until now is because if you just put a jet on your back, what's gonna happen is it's gonna take off and your center of balance will be such that you just roll forward and then you smack face first into the ground. Like, it's impossible to balance that way. What they've done is by putting jets on your hands, you basically make a tripod of air to levitate yourself with, using your arms. And that makes you stable. Like, you have to put your arms straight down, and that's the way you, like, control where your balance goes. It's actually really cool, and it requires a lot of fuel and is not very practical, but hey, it's a working jetpack. It's real. Yeah. I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Oh, Trials and Tribulation. No, Max Galactica. Turnabout Big Top. I think that's the one he's talking about. No, but he wasn't there, though. I think it is Trials and Tribulations. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually. She's talking about Max Galactica. Right, that's... Iron Man was right the whole time. Jets in your hands. I think the people who invented it specifically said that they were inspired by Iron Man. Like, why don't we use the hands? In conjunction with a jet on your back. Yeah. That's cool. Also, Caitlin, what's up? How you doing? Welcome on in. How's your night been? How's everybody's night been so far? Hope you're doing good. I hope the mystery is unfolding very smoothly for you guys.
Maybe it happens more often than we think.
Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph?
Well, the Antagonizer took off from the Babyliss embassy, so I should start from there.
I hope it's not like Old Bag's shirt flying up into the wind out of the chimney and then somehow getting sucked back in.
Francisca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit.
All right.
Yeah. Zoopy doopa doopy. Is Lang gonna tell me anything new? What a farce. Turns out what I thought was the Yatagarasu's shadow was some statues instead. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Everyone was in a panic. And here I thought you'd come over to throw some sarcastic remark in my face.
No, that's Francisca's job.
Of course not. You and I, we're both of one mind in pursuit of the truth. But are we really of one mind, though?
Well, let's see. Let's see if we're drift compatible. Here, get in the Jaeger.
Super Mario One Mind.
I'll be returning to the Babal investigation now. I'll contact you if I find anything. Here's my number. Call me maybe.
You sure are as stubborn as a rock.
Let's invent a new prosecutor for the Ace Attorney series. Let's have a prosecutor that's literally just a rock, and you're arguing against a brick wall effectively.
So the Yatagarasu was just a shadow.
So calling concept was sent was what threw everyone off and made them assume things.
It's possible that all of the events tonight were part of the overall plan.
I'm going to continue investigating on the Alabast side. You too. As I always say, don't do anything stupid, all right?
I'll try. I can't tell you. I can't vouch for Larry though. You're gonna have to keep a close eye on him. I think he's still underwater. I wonder if he's all right. It's so unusual for him to be so nice.
I think it's simply that he's concerned for our well-being, Francisca.
Yeah, that. I'm not used to people being concerned for me.
Dwayne Johnson.
It's him.
It doesn't matter what you think.
That's his objection sound, dude. When he's in court, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, instead of objecting, he's like,
it doesn't matter what you think.
He's a good lawyer. He yells louder than any Ace Attorney character. Gusts of wind billowing from his person. I'll then continue investigating on this side of the building.
All right, I'm counting on you. 1, 2, 3.
Rock lawyer! Dun 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 da 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 da. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on! Don't punch me. Look at him. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back into our investigation.
Yes, let's.
She's so violent, dude. K for the next Street Fighter game. Just unify the Street Fighter Final Fight. What's the other game that... Oh, Ninja Gaiden. No, not Ninja Gaiden. Strider. Because Capcom keeps doing crossover characters. Basically, Street Fighter, Final Fight, and Strider are all in the same universe. Just add the Ace Attorney one in there too. Why not? March 14th, 1037, Babyliss Embassy Secretariat's office. Objection!
No, you're wrong.
To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth.
Coupon Man.
Have you found Manny's killer yet?
I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Paleno, but I've yet to find his killer.
Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu.
Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, all right? As long as it involves me printing out coupons and giving them to you, they cost my country literally nothing.
Mr. Paleno. Mr. Paleno.
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier.
Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content.
Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador.
If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything.
Thank you, Mr. Paleno. You're a total gentleman.
Kay used faked tears. It was super effective. They're not fake, though. They're not fake. That's her father's legacy she's crying about. Her father's reputation is basically on the line here. That's why she absolutely despises the fact that Callisto is using her father's name to conduct misdeeds, you know?
Ha ha ha! You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey, Sir Palino!
Sir? Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. It's called being friendly, Edgeworth. Try it sometime. Harris, thanks for clipping Kay punching Edgeworth in the face. No, just a friendly little punch to the shoulder. Ow.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. Look at the size of Edward's hand. Like, his fist, curled up, is larger than Kay's entire head. We should... Hydrate. Ugh. Oh, what was that? Ooh. We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then, we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. I'm liking this chapter so far. I don't gotta investigate any old bags or Larry Buttses. I just gotta keep going.
Yeah, when I came into this room, the person was already gone.
Hydrate again, thank you. As you know, I operate on a, I'm like a bottle rocket. You gotta fill me with water before I actually operate, and then the stream can go on. That's why they call it a stream. It's water powered.
I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. Imagine if Lotta Hart was Callisto Yu this entire time, just retconning a character from Ace Attorney 1. I would actually hate that, though. Lotta Hart's her own character, and we know that her intentions are fair. I would hate if she was, like, secretly a killer this whole time. So, Sapphire, what's up? How you doing? Welcome on in. I saw you were drawing earlier. How'd that go? What were you drawing? Also, thanks for the hydrate.
Yes.
I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer!
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a long one. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries... I've received the most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes, he's been chasing after the Antagonizer for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing.
Maybe it's the coat itself, flapping in the wind. The spotlight's on, so it had to have been when the Yatagarasu was, the quote-unquote Yatagarasu showed up.
Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. Chickens can fly.
It was me.
I'm looking kinda sus.
But this could be how that person escaped.
Guys, I swear it wasn't me. I'm not involved in this murder. No, don't pull me off. Don't do it. No. I live in space now. Coming to you live from the upper atmosphere. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. So Sapphire was making Mario bit badges. Drew a Bowser one. Ooh! That one's gonna be interesting because it has like all Bowser's little details. His hair, his horns, his collars. I like it. I can't wait to see it, Soul Sapphire. I hope you post it somewhere public. Yeah. Hector's going to bed. Have a good night, Hector. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off.
Begin investigation.
Babley's Embassy, Secretariat's office. Rain's the imposter. Don't say it out loud. Looking kinda sus. Hey, how do I vent like Harish?
I saw him do it. A fireplace, huh? So Babal's offices have them too.
Two?
There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastan office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. An old... maybe some old clothes. An old bag. However, I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. At least it wasn't any other type of undergarment. Edgeworth, you'd be scarred for life.
If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside, and we can play hide and seek.
There's not many places to hide in the fireplace. Edgeworth's face be kinda flat though. And come out covered in soot? I think not.
Ah, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't. I lost it when I was a child.
How?
I'd rather not say. Da. Oh. Well, good luck, Soul Sapphire. I wish you good work on the rest of them. I really do hope I get to see them sometime. Yeah. Uh-oh. You can see the Alabastan Embassy through this window. Oh, wait. Oh, no. They shouldn't have left the window open.
Why?
Because of the chickens. Oh, no.
They're coming out the window! And they actually look like they're coming out.
Oh, wait. We got one more. Hey, he ran through the wall. Cheater. Thanks for the chicken attacks.
Yeah. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. There's a tree branch going inside. That's where Damask 2 was killed. Really? Does she even know who that is?
What? You don't mean the Masked Star Damask the Second? Aw, poor guy.
What, was he famous at all? How you doing, Joe Cute? Welcome on in. You're lucky that I had to restart stream because my internet went out. Yeah. You're lucky because that means you got a chicken attack again. Hydrate. Thank you, Kamen Rider. That's his power. He's the water element rider.
As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Even though Damask 2 was merely an imposter of the original? If he was a good thief, he would have had some sort of catchphrase or some sort of sound effect that plays every time he appears, like... Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, you're right, Soul Sapphire. I'll have to check him out later. Egg! It appears that Mr. Cochin's body had been taken in for an autopsy. Ah, slackers. They should be doing the second one by now. How many times will I make that joke in one playthrough? The white outline is all that was left to tell the tale of this murder. Egg. Erg. And then a little card showing where the knife was. Probably. Egg. Erg. So this is the real Primiduck statue.
This is really valuable, right?
Okay, don't even think of taking that. That's what they say.
Hold it!
Okay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? She looked like she was about to head... She was about to motion towards it.
No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that.
Okay?
I was just calculating in my head how much the statue was worth. And how to, circumvent the security surrounding it. But I wasn't going to steal it.
Huh. Sounds mighty sus to me. Kay looking kinda sus, though. It's her. She's the pasta. You know, thinking about Among Us, like... What if there was a designated person that could vent, even though they're not imposter? So what people can do is argue that, oh, I'm the vent engineer. I can vent because I'm that person. And, like, if the imposters have already killed the actual vent engineer, then they can make that lie without anybody opposing them. That could be it. That could be a cool, like, little diversionary tactic.
It looks like all of the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire.
I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Antagonizer.
The fake Antagonizer is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems.
I know! Because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf.
You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere.
Can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all.
Okay, Kay. Okay. Very poetic, but that's not gonna, fund your shenanigans, your equipment, your black market dealings. Could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that?
No! Because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories.
I'm perfectly able to lose them on my own. Grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast. You wish the ghost in Among Us can send some sort of astral signals to indicate the imposter? Like, maybe little symbols on the floor that they can light up, and then they might be able to send a clue, even though they don't themselves write the symbols. Like, oh, the sun symbol lit up, that might be a hint that it's yellow. Oh, no, something like that. Could be an interesting way to do it. Excuse me. There's a game called Mysterium, and basically, the purpose of the game is that one person is a ghost, and they were murdered by somebody, and the player's job, all the players besides the ghost, their job is to figure out who did it. And whoever's the ghost has to send hints through only pictures alone. Like, here's a picture of a room with like a mounted deer head and a fireplace. So just by the items in the picture they give, all the other players have to guess like what that means. So maybe there's a person who is known to be a hunter, so the hint could be the deer head could mean that it's the hunter. Or maybe there's somebody who has a candle, they're a chimney sweep or something. They're related to fire, so the fireplace might be hinting towards the chimney sweep. It's a cool game, and it's fun to like try to read other people's minds. So if they injected a little bit of that into Among Us, that could be really nice. Yeah. Oh, that clock has been with us since back when we were Cadopia.
That is one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock?
I'm sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm sure you'll love its chime.
Really? It's gonna be 11 soon, so maybe I get to hear it then.
Is it that time already? Time sure flies when I'm involved in an investigation. It's 10 o'clock right now. It's almost 11 in real life.
Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun.
Okay, don't you have, I don't know, a bedtime or something? Okay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know. Spoken like a true dad.
Yes, Gramps.
GG.
Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about?
Right, Bad said there was a fire that was put out, like, there was a fire that was put out, but maybe there's more than one.
Which one? There was more than one tonight? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Balinese embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was.
Why did nobody tell me? Why did Edward not notice? He was here.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Gem and Ninja show.
Oh, there might have been one during the show.
Among Us developers watching me like,
Write that down! Write that down!
You thought it was 10? It's like 10:13 right now.
Well, the first occurred at the start of the Gem and Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal.
Not to cause a panic, that's a matter of safety. I would have still had an evacuation,
Then the fire after the Gem and Ninja show was the second one of the night?
Exactly.
So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire?
Yes, he did. Well, when was this photo taken?
Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out.
Fires, multiple. I noticed that the first time. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Yeah. Gotta remember the information is attached to that. That's the thing that makes me, the most confused with Ace Attorney in general. Like, sometimes information is attached to a piece of evidence that isn't obvious just by looking at it. Like, hey, yeah, it's a picture of the Antagonizer, supposedly. But it also now holds the information that there was a fire occurring before the fire we saw.
So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire?
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it.
Or someone trying to hide evidence. That's, how should I put this, a very bad stroke of luck.
My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye.
That's too bad.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palladino.
It's all physical possessions. It can be replaced. Well, not Manny, though. Never mind. Oh, no. His position can be filled again, I suppose. We never really got to know Manny that much as a person, so I don't feel too bad about forgetting about him. But still, though, what is life?
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it that you wanted to ask again?
We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Coach's actions and whereabouts were as well.
Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day, from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. And then I had a roll for breakfast.
Was it a Swiss roll? Did it come from the courthouse? Did it cost $6 for 2? Okay, we don't need that much information, sir. Hold it. Fascinating. How about you skip to the relevant parts for me?
Oh, you'd like a condensed version? All right, I can do that for you.
Morning, afternoon, easy. Here, have my badge.
Oh, is that a prosecutor's badge? It has a very cool design. Haha, I know. We should start selling items like this as souvenirs in Babal.
Yeah, but it looks like a flower, though, so wouldn't you not want to because that's Alabast's symbol?
The tourists will absolutely go nuts over them.
Please don't compare a proud symbol of my profession to a cheap souvenir. Look at that face. Look at that smile. He looks as if a bee is about to fly into his mouth. I saw a video on Twitter the other day of it's like a TikTok of a dude eating fresh honeycomb, which you can do. It's sterile. It's good for you, apparently. He holds it above his mouth and takes a big bite. What he never realized was that there was a bee that landed on the honeycomb, and right when he took a big bite, it just oh, it was in his mouth. He ate it. Extra protein, dude. Extra protein. It's good for you. Bear Grylls would. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. So what did Mr. Coach and you do this morning? Were you lovers? Wait a minute. Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jamming Ninja. You know, because Alabast took custody of the Steel Samurai and all. Extra protein. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up this office. Ah, you did a great job. I love what you've done with the place. Looks burnt to a crisp. You helped clean Mr. Coachin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own?
Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations.
So this is currently the office, you know?
Which is why both the Primadux statue and the Babyliss knife are set down here.
I see. Yeah, that's right. Because if this is supposedly symmetrical to the fireplace, to the office on the other side, I wondered, that's on the 5th floor, this one's on the 3rd, so that's not quite symmetrical. You know, I wonder if the fireplace in his office is connected to the fireplace here, through the chimney.
Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
Files we don't need, that's pretty sus. Oh, I bet there were documents related to the smuggling stuff, maybe, and they didn't want anybody to find out. Oh boy. Question of the day: would you eat raw honey if there was a bee? That's not really a question of the day. Have you tried raw honeycomb? I've heard that like the wax is akin to like chewing gum at some point. It's like natural gum. It's actually very sweet and nice. I do want to try it someday.
I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh?
Ah, about that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger.
Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning, he got mad at me. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall when I was burning him the files, you see.
So it was a bright green.
And then he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with some more respect.
Wow, this is a very healthy relationship. You would like to try honeycomb? Definitely not with a surprise bee. Fair enough. Oh, never ate raw honeycomb, just honey in general. I do like honey a lot. I always put it in my tea. Just been a tradition since I was a kid. Just put a whole bunch of honey in there. It's healthy than just straight up sugar.
Apparently, orders go up the chain of command around here.
Wow, tea. Helena's testimony in my organizer. Did somebody... What? Did anybody else hear that? Or am I just imagining things? Felt like somebody, like, knocked on a window to my left?
That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all.
You know there is a window to the left of me right now? I'm kind of scared, dude. Maybe there's somebody, like, out there just... I don't want to pull back the curtain. I don't want to check. You know what? I'm just gonna continue on. Oh, maybe that haunted iPod I found summon some Onis or yokais or something. Oops.
Now then, if you tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon...
Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show, and then the fire started.
No, that was the Gem and Ninja show. Never mind. Well, I'm haunted. That's okay, I'll just not look in the mirror, lest the agents of Goizo be stalking me. And I just grow an eyeball on the back of my head. Oh, man.
A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself.
Imagine that, making the front page news of, like, being the photo of reunification of the two countries. Global Studios would get so much royalty fees.
After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Gem Ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me, but during the second one I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
So you didn't see Master Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
I see. Ambassador Palladino, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, I thought the game would reveal that, like, old bag is peeking through the window on the left side. That's why I heard a little knock. I guess I'm just actually cursed.
If there is anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright?
Alright. Sure. Let's investigate some more. Maybe the desk?
It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get it started examining everything.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking cranny and nook. Haha, threw you for a loop. There's the ink, there's a book, there's a phone. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. There's a bottle of Babyliss ink on Mr. Coachin's desk.
And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
So maybe the ink wasn't here during the fire? Or else it would have been like... oh. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. That's why. Okay.
Hey, Mr. Palladino, it looks like your precious Babyliss ink is all right after all.
What? That's odd. It's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please?
Is it because he spilled it earlier, so it should not be full?
Let me check the other stuff here first. Looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them.
I mean, that's one thick book, dude. I thought it was like a legal document. I thought it was a legal book.
It's just, have you ever seen a coupon book that thick?
But Bal sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Here's one for a free massage. Here's one for a free buffet. Here's one for a free massage buffet.
What's a massage buffet? You don't want to know.
Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. Turn it in and you can get a free theft.
What? And what kind of discount would that net you?
A 5-finger discount? The 5-finger kind? What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer.
Things such as?
Such as the truth. What else would I steal?
What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Free truth. Buy one, get one free.
Yeah, that'll put everyone to...
You say my jokes put you to sleep, but yet
The game made them. Not my fault. I just happened to make them first.
it would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. Riffle.
I suppose we really should take a look.
Oh? Hey, that looks like the scrap of paper that Mask 2-star to Mask the Second had.
Free truth would be useful.
Yeah, just turn it in. You automatically get all the necessary evidence, and then whoever's guilty automatically gets thrown in jail. Even if we haven't even met them yet.
This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad.
It's an entire notepad? Oh, I thought this was just a scrap. Oh, so you're telling me it's shaped like the Pizza Hut logo on purpose? It's a notepad. He got it from Pizza Hut, from the gift shop. You turn it in and get a free pizza. It's actually a pizza coupon book.
Rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. Seems that the contents of the drawer survived the fire rather well.
Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of a solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Let's see if I have any logic. I don't. Oh? Ambassador Alba's office is connected to the neighboring room's fireplace. I wonder if that's also applicable to the Babyliss embassy. I'm gonna connect them just in case. I've got full health, so it doesn't matter if it's wrong. I just wanna see. Nope, not it. Not yet.
Pizza Hut notepad.
You write down your orders on it. It's actually from Pizza Hut. He stole it. Last time he visited there. Examine.
So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh?
Why would they be different? Well, what did you imagine them to look like?
I thought that Babyliss would look like a flower, and the receiver would be a butterfly.
That would actually be adorable. Like those old novelty phones you used to get. Did anybody have the classic Mickey Mouse phone where Mickey Mouse is holding the receiver? And it's in a Goofy movie? I remember my neighbor had that phone in real life. I wonder if they still have it. It's probably worth a lot of money.
That way, it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think?
Oh, and maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Catopia?
There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place.
Huh. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and an imagination?
He doesn't imagine, he only knows the truth. You don't see those Pizza Hut buildings with the Pizza Hut logo-shaped roof anymore. They're never shaped like huts anymore. That's disappointing. That was like their brand. My brand! My special eyes. But it's funny when you see a building that clearly used to be a Pizza Hut, and then they turn it into something else, but they keep the roof. Like, you just know. It's like, I've seen restaurants where they clearly used to be a KFC, but they never took down the giant bucket, so they just paint it to look like, say, a giant mug, and then they put pencils in it, so it's like a stationery store now. There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World.
Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh. I see. Ah! The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate? Why?
Let me spoil it for you. The real treasure was the friends you made along the way. Looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Lost to time. Although, why would ManokAdobo have it, I wonder? Looks like a bunch of flowers. Okay. Let's look at the book itself. Looks like, oh, that's what confused me. I thought I checked the book already, but I guess it's just flyers. All right, let's talk to Mr. Ambassador. Mr. Seabassador. That's okay. It's at least a C+. Mr. Cochins Inc. Did he like to play Splatoon a lot? I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochins' bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now, but...
Ambassador, I need your strongest ink.
It's not good to be so messy. I suggest you clean up. It's evidence, though. You can't just clean up an evidence, a scene of a crime. What's up, Sleepy Memories? How you doing? Sorry I didn't notice your message. Twitch is doing that thing where it doesn't show me messages sometimes, and I have to look in the chat bot just to make sure. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing, sleepy.
During the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so we came back rushing to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames.
So he assumed that the ink was on fire. I see. You're well. Oh, I am as well. Yeah, mostly. I'm a little lacking sleep, but I tried to sleep. I tried to rest a little earlier than usual yesterday. Considering that I only had to upload the Super Mario 35 part of my stream yesterday, I didn't have to work too hard on YouTube stuff, which is always nice. That's usually what keeps me up. The fact that I wait until the last second to write up my YouTube descriptions and do the thumbnails and whatnot, but then I get distracted because a friend is streaming or something, and then I take until 2 a.m. That's my fault. That's my fault. Yeah. Welcome on in. We're investigating Babao once more. Murders, they happened. We investigated Yatagarasu's shadow. It was made from statues. That was cool. Otherwise, not much else new.
The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
Hold it. The fire was green? What was the cause?
Well, witch crystal oil burns green when it was lit, as you can see by this lantern.
And Babbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green.
I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire. So that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
Maybe the whole place was covered in ink.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery.
I don't remember that Sherlock Holmes book. What exactly was it that was caught on fire in here?
The case of the clouded Kokoro.
I can't really think of anything else that was covered in fire.
Fire!
Covered in oil. Let's continue investigating. Maybe something is revealed to be drenched in it. We still don't know where the blade of the Babbly's knife went. Would it be that the killer walked away with it? Do. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music.
What? Okay, you're not talking about, what was it? That thing for babies, not like a chandelier. The word escapes me right now. They spin around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical a mobile. That's what it's called. A mobile. A mobile? It's such a weird name for it. Like, yeah, it moves around. I guess it's mobile.
Yes, that's it.
But then nothing alike.
They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record, baby.
Okay, I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. I guess.
I see.
Okay, just a baby on the inside. The safe? Noah's heading to bed. Try and get some sleep. Hey, good on you, Soul Sapphire. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good night, okay? Thanks for hanging out. This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire.
You can tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right?
Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved.
Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within.
Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. Do. I'm running out of things to check. Uh-oh. There's nothing else we can talk to Manny about. Maybe we have to show him something. Maybe if I show him the lantern, maybe that has something to do with it. Ambassador Palino, what exactly used to be here? That used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets, but it looks like they were all burned up. I guess we'll just have to reprint them. But no matter how fast we reprint them, they always disappear so quickly. Is the Babylonis tourism industry really that hot right now? Of course, I guess you could say it's on fire! Show him your badge? I did that already. I would love to do it again, but I don't think we'd get anywhere. Of course! Although recently the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. That place, ew. But we refused to them, so we've been hard at work promoting Babel. Interesting. Well, I've just recently returned from a trip to Borginia myself. Oh? And how did you like it? It was alright. Probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. Definitely not. I'm gonna start showing him stuff. Usually in Ace Attorney, that's what you do to get unstuck. Show him the lantern. Babylonis ink consists mostly of wood crystal oil. When lit, the oil in the ink burns a bright yellow-green. It makes for a great science experiment. Here, give it a try with this. Yes, well, I understand your enthusiasm, but the amount you gave me earlier is enough. I see. That's too bad. In that case, why don't you have a few more of these coupons? I've got plenty! I have plenty of those too! Where's she conjuring those from? He's a musician? He's a magician! He's Max Galactica. He's producing them from thin air. He's pulling them out of his hat. He's not wearing a hat. He's pulling them out of his hair. Look at that rich mullet. I'm sure it has a few secrets of its own. Maybe this note? It matches the notebook in here. Let's see. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm gonna check my memories real quick. Yeah, you know. Oh, this is a bit, right, okay. Well, this has to do with, me being a dumb little completionist and checking everything in the drawer before talking to Manny. The game assumes that I talk to Manny, then go back to it. Hello? There's nothing unusual about this area. Or is there? Seems that the contents of this drawer survive. Oh, okay. Maybe not? Like, it says that there's still something to find, so... That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
I wouldn't risk it. You know, on a chair like this, that little rising, lowering part has a gas cylinder in the bottom. This place was on fire, so I'm not surprised if the gas is like super pressurized right now. It might like just explode right up into my butt. I do not want that. No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at the crime scenes.
That's different. I'm collecting evidence. That's because I'm a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you were not allowed to touch anything.
Oops.
Shoopy doopy ba doopa shoopa da beep ba doopa shoopa da beep. It's Mr. Coach's bottle of Bambley's ink. There's quite a bit of it left. I suppose he was the type to use the ink in both a legal and illegal capacity. The note? I mean, the nameplate? Manny Cochin. His name is written here on this nameplate.
Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office?
So that people know it's your office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake.
Do you think it's maybe also there to remind you of your own name if you forget?
Okay, do you forget your own name from time to time?
No. Oh, my name isn't Jessica.
Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. What am I missing here, dude? I wonder. Let me double check something. Shoop-a-dee boop-a-dee boop. Okay. This is one of those cases where I'm not contradicting something, I'm putting two and two together, which is, again, counterintuitive. Like, sometimes it's hard to tell. Like, I know it looks like a Pizza Hut note, so let's actually do that now. Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut. Eureka! The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Wow, if you're gonna give, like, super important and incriminating notes out, maybe you don't give them out using your own personal notepad.
Hey, you're right! What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley or Pizza Hut.
Yes. Yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. Pizza Hut! Yes, a very fine restaurant. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by fires? Pizza Hut, Pizza Hut. Ambassador Paleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case.
Who? Did you figure something out? Oops, out. Ah, my foot.
This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Firmly grasp it!
Damask II? Then this note?
Yes. It was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the ManokAdobo statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast ManokAdobo statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I can't believe the whole handwriting analysis thing that we used against Larry actually became important. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why I believe he requested the theft of the statue? I don't know, to swap it with a fake one? There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be a great help, Ambassador. Alright, let's do some more talking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Run! I remember when I played this back on the DS, I would just use the touch controls all the time because they're so nice and intuitive. It's like really playing a point-and-click game.
Job for the mask.
I believe you had said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Jim Carrey's The Mask.
smoking.
That's why there was so much fire. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. You haven't seen Gumshoe around. I think you had just missed him when you came on in, Windy. He was over investigating the Babylie site, but I wonder why he's not here right now. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event.
But because of the Antagonizer and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
Ha ha ha! I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Alabast Statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's Product statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, and this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be all right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Kenobia." Was this what it was all about? The fact that we knew that... The fact that after reunification, there'd only be one ambassador? Dude, was this plan to off Alba? Cochin! More like Manny, killing. Alright, nothing bad ever happens to Alba. Ha 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 ha! At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious. Mr. Coach, you saw the note? Oh, you saw the note when I showed it to you. I thought you saw it earlier and didn't say anything. Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Kedopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
Gummy! Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Here we go now. Let's dance. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kate. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
A sweet roll?
What is all this, Gummy?
It's a fruit gummy. It's all the information on the room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. It really is just a bag of fruit gummies. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Oh, you're telling me he did something? He got some useful information for once. Good work, detective.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
What, he threatens them at gunpoint?
We got ways of making you talk.
Gummy's theme is nice after all this time. It's uplifting. I was looking at the soundtrack for this game, and I saw that Gumshoe's theme is like, Gumshoe's theme, I can do it! I can do it! That's Gumshoe's determination and dogged, personality just right there. I can fix it! Fix it Felix he is.
Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
What do you mean?
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day.
Definitely a lot better than, say, Jock Sportsman and Buddy.
That's how you know. That's how you know Edgeworth is the good boy.
Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm gonna become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
No, hold on. Now, hold on. You can't do the same thing. You can't just find a detective to work with to cover up your tracks. Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say it's a truly wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust and cut the salary of.
Ha! You bet!
Doobie-doobie-da-ba-boop-ba.
So what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is Little Thief. Mr. Thief. Thief Thief-san. That thing you call your secret weapon.
Oh, you mean Little Thief? Ha! You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it. I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, maybe Kay can be a detective? A thief detective? Like, we've already had a quote-unquote criminal prosecutor. Yeah. Like, who better? It takes one to know one, right? Who better to investigate thieveries and whatnot than an actual thief themselves? Like, after they clean up their ass, like, clean up their act. Here's how I would break in. Here's how I would cover up the scene. Here's how I would cover up my tracks. And if I was careless, then I would have left evidence here. You overturn a book, and then all of a sudden there's a bloody handprint under it. Yeah, baby. And then find a prosecutor of her own. Too bad Edward's taken. Oh well. I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the 3rd floor fire. And because of Gumshoe, we have the information now. Hey, Gumshoe and Kay are actually being useful. Ah, you know they would. They just needed their own talents to shine.
You got it. All right. Here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood!
I know he said during the fire, but I didn't think she'd actually put the fire in here. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route that the person Kay saw used as well. Whoa! Look at Palliano doing a little shuffle. Ooh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about?
This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. Ahem. I believe it's about time we returned to our investigation. Shubba-dee-ba-da-boop. I love this theme so much. Makes me wanna... Do the dance, do the dance, do the detective mystery dance. Detective mystery dance. Let's go. Uh-huh. It's the shown remains of a falling ceiling fan.
Oh, I've seen a few of these before.
Oh, but it's... Ah! I thought it would be different now that we're in detective mode. Let's talk to Gumshoe. Let's see if we can get any information out of him. Looks like Palena was right about the stack of documents. I'm willing to bet that they were printed in Babbly's ink. That's why there was so much green fire. Detective, you took part in the initial Babel investigation, correct?
Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator.
You're not supposed to try the elevator during a fire, Gumshoe!
Guess somebody else had the same idea because it was in use.
That's dangerous and irresponsible, just like Gumshoe.
If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I would have been burnt to a crisp.
Hold it! Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator.
Oh. Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic.
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babbly's embassy at all? Wait, we're not gonna chew out Gumshoe. We just, expect him to do dangerous things. Apparently. Dash dancing Edgeworth for Smash. Oh yeah, wave dash. He's got the best wave dash. He can... let's not put Phoenix Wright in. Let's put Edgeworth in. I'm sure people would still be happy with that. He can conduct autopsy reports, cut salaries. That's his taunt, dude. Mario tries to do his coin jump, but it only goes half as far because his salary got cut. Ah! Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. Do after I show you my badge. That's just gonna give me the same dialogue I always get from him.
The second fire broke out around the time the Antagonizer was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was also spotted in Babel, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Antagonizer that entered Babel?
Yeah, and all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat.
I'm still telling you, man. Clearly, that must have been Xehanort.
But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know?
Yeah, it could have been Mickey Mouse. Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more.
A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw.
The Antagonizer that appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow of the true self. In light of that fact, the Antagonizer that appeared about in Babel is also suspect.
You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, close to you.
So the Antagonizer appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Kochin, then disappeared. Sounds about right. I wonder if there's anything I can present to him that's, gonna give me something funny. Now that I think about it. And some hot dogs.
Oh! Wow, those look really good, sir. Can I have one?
Don't you dare line your stomach with the evidence. I was just showing it to you. I knew it. Come to think of it, the dog Detective Gumshoe takes care of just up and ate a samurai dog earlier as well. Poor little dog, slowly coming to resemble his handler. Well, you know, if that causes any stomach problems for the dog, Gumshoe is gonna have to take care of it later. Oops.
Hope you brought a doggy bag and a mop.
Oh! Wait, let's see if we can present this to Mr. Paleno.
You want a hot dog?
I'm just gonna show the hot... You know, Prosecutor shows his hot dog to everybody. Totally PG-13 rated stream. Ambassador Paleno. Aww. Aww. Man, nothing special. Here, have some coupons for hot dogs. Sorry, out of my way. Alright, what's the other thing Gumshoe had?
What did you see? What really happened?
By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Antagonizer?
I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and was lost for a little while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective?
I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Kochin's body.
You didn't come fast enough, dude. Because frickin' Sheena found her first. Yeah, I thought I sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as...
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
I realized halfway into that sentence that's not Edward's speech pattern.
This is what happens in that case. This is what really happened. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, he was here. I forget. It's been like 2 weeks. Oh, I see. So we can be useful once in a blue moon.
Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
So I wonder if maybe Sheena was the road figure and escaped through the fireplace, because the fireplace might also have the same trapdoor. Ha! Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Antagonizer herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Antagonizer.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why, you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
I just like to point. It's what I do. Check this. She has the robe. She climbs into the fireplace to, escape, then leaves the robe in the fireplace.
and then lights a fire to burn it. But because of the fire, it causes a rise of heat, causing the cloak to fly into the chimney and out the window. And that's when this picture was taken. Right here. Easy enough.
So Babel is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
You already have a destination in mind. Okay, do you even have a passport?
Well, I mean, technically speaking, I'm off the grid, so I don't even legally exist. Don't worry, I'll just, smuggle myself onto the plane in your suitcase, Mr. Edgeworth.
You know they x-ray those these days.
Don't worry, I'll wear a lead coat.
That's not gonna look suspicious at all.
Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, you should consult the expert, Solid Snake. I know him, I met him a few years back. Perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show. Global Studios.
Hey, that's actually a great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
Can't believe she took me seriously. Edgeworth, you're hard not to take seriously, let's be honest. A fireplace, huh? So, Babel's offices have them too.
Two?
There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabast office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not... same thing. I thought we'd look at the flag. Ba-da-doo-doo. Ba-ba-ba-ba. You can see the Alabast embassy through this window.
So where...
I just wish that, it counted this, right here as something I've already investigated before and let me skip fast forward. Come on, man. It makes me feel bad for looking at it earlier. That looks like a very comfortable chair.
It doesn't look all that...
Okay, at this point, we're investigating the chair, it's the same dialogue from the chair that was turned over, but... I just have a compulsion to check it because it's highlighted, but in reality, it's nothing special. Hey, knife.
It looks like one of the Babbly's knives was already missing before the fire began.
So it would seem, especially since the other two knives handles were burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon, and Babel's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babel, don't you think?
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babel's woes. They did end up with the real one after all. Ah, virtual fire! It's virtually hot! Now look at that, the grandfather clock was in a different spot. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Paleno saw.
With flames like these, who needs enemies? I mean, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Okay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Then this fire in here is only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor, until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Paleno was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way. What a coinky-dink. And since you were the first to discover the body...
A class trial will begin!
We can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Kojin's killer!
That's very likely to be the case. After all, the person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire.
And since the fire is green, well, we have seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, and I do believe that what you were thinking is exactly what these flames are green. Yeah, okay. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as the lantern? Yeah. This silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the wit crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
And I think we're now established that the green flames were caused by wit crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there's only one other thing that made from wit crystal oil.
Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Paleno was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. Yo, this is feeling a lot like anime filler. Like, I know this chapter is long. I feel like this specific part, like this entire stream, we could have maybe gone with a little less of it, you know? Just a little bit less. Like, the statues in the Rose Garden didn't really amount to much. We got a picture from Detective Bad. That's really the most important thing we got. There was a fire here. We already knew there was a fire here. All we really learned was like, oh yeah, Babley's ink, green.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wood crystal oil that Ambassador Palino... Like, this is straight up anime filler time. Like, it's explaining something we already knew for the fifth time. Babley's ink is made from wood crystal oil.
Oh, so it should bind the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babley's ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
I'm gonna check something about the embassy guide real quick. Like, does it say that, I wanted to see if, like, maybe the paper is also made from oil somehow. I don't know. Maybe, I'm still thinking maybe that stack of documents had something to do with it. Or maybe wood crystal oil actually comes from flowers?
We found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he would made using all that ink? Fake money! That's why he was getting rid of the evidence! I believe what he made with the ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
I guess maybe she's right. Prosecutors do have energy. It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Babley's ink, this is the source of the green flames. Money, money, money. Dosh! Grab it while you can, lads. What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa.
You're kidding!
Oh, I'm not kidding, and I like it, and I will put a ring on it.
You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Because he was allowed to use it. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. Aha, that's really sus. Middle of the night. But I never did think he was using it for such a foul deed. Yeah, sure, maybe you're just turning a blind eye to it. That's how they're able to pay for all the coupons. Literally just printing money. Like, pay for coupons, or rather give out so many coupons and keep the economy quote-unquote intact. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. For they are ones who started this fire in order to destroy the evidence. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Grandfather clock. That would explain why we don't see hide nor hair of the money itself. This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire.
According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock right now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Ah, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. It must have broke. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Disappointing. I wanted to hear a little cuckoo. Here, listen to this cuckoo. It's the least I can do. Master Paleno, maybe take a look inside that clock. Sure, right, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
there's a bunch of money in here. And a whole bunch of screams of the innocent. Oh, I see we found a portal to Narnia. Wait, why is Narnia full with screams? Been a long time. Aslan got hungry, dude.
Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
What the? Wire? Is it a garrote? Did they use it to choke somebody? It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? I wonder.
Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palano that put the wire in there.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Coach's killer who did. We've examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palano about it. Ambassador Palano, there's something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
About this office, it appears to me that to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Wow, you barely noticed, Mr. Edgeworth. How, very, very astute.
Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabast side of the embassy.
You think I did it? Yeah, no, I'm sus. I'm always sus. What else is new? I'm already a ghost. I've been ejected, so whatever you want. Find the other imposter. I mean, find the imposter. I was totally innocent.
Our two embassies actually used to be one.
Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that.
Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical.
Makes sense to me.
So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same. As my room is currently under renovation, we worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo op with the German ninja?
Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that's worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right?
How? Ugh. Just putting all their effort on looks, dude. How vain of them. Yet another odd expression of Babal's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. This piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. With logic?
Connect what dots?
Oh, you have a coloring book. Well, please, don't mind if I do. Here, let me color it in for you. It's the least I can do to help.
Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help.
Logic. It might be you. Could be you. Could be me. So what you're saying is, this fireplace should also have a trapdoor. The Alabastan and Babalese signs of the building are symmetrical to each other. Brain blast! I forgot to get that again. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall.
A revolving ocelot? It sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Yo!
Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir?
What? This embassy holds that kind of secret?
This seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador.
I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
I'll just say that if Palano is actually complicit in Manny's wrongdoing, then he's trying really, really hard to play dumb like he never knew at all. Just trying to be as innocent as possible.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. No. No. Sheena looking kinda sus.
It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again?
In Alabast, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir.
Let's see what happens when I push it.
Hold it.
You scared me, sir.
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? Well, we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, But that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from the scene. The spilled ink! What does this contradiction mean for us? That means it was used. Look at it. Look at it. Oops. 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 Oopsie doopsie. Oopsie doopsie poopsie. Take a look. It's in a book. If we push this X mark, the fireplace should turn.
A revolving fireplace wall? That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and... hold it!
Wait, Detective. There's something we need to examine about this first. Besides which, there's also something I'd like to test.
Like what, sir?
I'll tell you later, Detective, when you're older. Now, for now, let's continue with the investigation. All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood.
Huh? That's odd. Doesn't match up with Mr. Pianiano said earlier.
What is the meaning of this contradiction? The entire place turned around, dude. Do I have, like, his testimony? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Here we go.
Adios!
If I didn't have it as a piece of paper, I would be totally stumped as to what to present. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? What do you mean? His testimony says that he spilled ink on the back of the thing. And I don't see any, ink on the back of the thing. Wait a minute. I should not get penalized for this. This is illegal. I'm a prosecutor. The game is guilty of not thinking of every possible contradiction. Doot 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 doot. Shuba doot doot doot. Doot 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 doot. Okay. Well, it's kind of dumb. Usually the game is pretty good at saying like, oh, you can present it against one or the other thing, and you'll still get the same like outcome. It's not the fact that the ink is missing. It's the fact that the ashes of the burnt stuff is Ambassador Paleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct?
Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually.
He's starting to sound a bit like Markiplier.
Hello, everybody! My name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Five Nights in the Embassy of, Babel.
And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct?
That's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face?
I'm sorry, I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, some people would say kinda hard even. Take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you'll find odd about it.
Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
Why, don't get angry at me. I'm not responsible. I didn't clean them up.
You don't think that Ambassador Paleno is lying, do you?
No, there's no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It's the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Hey, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Huh. Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
The truth will set you free. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know.
There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. I'm about to think. You guys should try it sometime.
Think.
The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
It's not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Paleno said that he spilled some Babbly's ink while he was burning the files, and yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Gee, wow, I noticed that earlier. Why didn't you say that a few seconds ago, Edgeworth?
Well, then I don't know what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. How many minutes did it take us to get to this? By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Speaking of fires, we got a fire raid coming on in. Welcome to the Logic. How you doing, Figure Skater? Thanks for the raid. Can we get a shout out for Figure Skater in the chat? What were you playing? How was it? Hope it went well. If you don't know me, my name is Chris. I play a lot of Nintendo games and games like Ace Attorney 2, where I do the voices as like this.
Then, you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there?
Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Coach's killer. Yellow Pikachu, thanks for giving that shout out. The fireplace was used for a raid. Just switch out the revolving door and all the people come out. Sorry you guys were cramped up in there. What's up, Figure Skater? Los Topos, how ya doing? Welcome on in. Ocarina of Time? Oh? Was it just a straight up playthrough? A randomizer? Tell me everything. Pickle Me Timbers, I like that name. Did I say that last time you were here? I feel like I did. I would have remembered. How y'all doing? Hope the Zelda was good. Ocarina of Time, classic game from the year 1998. I'll never forget it. It seems like a lot of great games are from that year. Hope you had a fun time. Hope you're well. Multiplayer, randomized. Was it like you could see everybody, or is it just like a multi-world, huh? I don't know how those mods really work. Never really seen them, but they're pretty cool. They're cool that people like go through the effort of adding modern features to old games like that. Hope you had a lot of fun. That's how I got into the crime scene. I am not sus. I didn't do it. Guys, stop. No, I'm the culprit. You guys are voting me off? Stop it. You don't a third person dare say that I'm sus and vote me off. I swear I'm not the pasta. I swear I'm not the imposter. No. See what you did? After committing the murder, they escaped through the fireplace. Yeah. Guys, go check out Figure Skater sometime. She's pretty good. And, as you know, Ocarina of Time, very fun game. All right, everybody, buckle in. I hope you had a fun time. Shared the same world, fought Ganon at the same time. Did you finish it? Did you actually finish the run? Did you bring light into Ganon's lair?
You dare bring light into my lair? You must die.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route.
I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. So what does that mean for us? Maybe the fact that Sheena came out of the room next door, she would have either seen the killer or was the killer. Connected, baby. Brain blast. The chicken Alfredo pasta. That's me. Yeah. But yeah, welcome on in. Thank you for trusting me with your fine community. I remember, I definitely play a lot of Nintendo games myself. We were playing Mario 35 yesterday, and also a little bit of Animal Crossing. So that was a fun time. I need to plant more pumpkins. I need to plant a lot more pumpkins. But yeah, this is Ace Attorney. It's a series about being a lawyer and figuring out murder mysteries. I heavily recommend it. I love this series. This is one of the later entries. I say later entry, but this game is like 10 years old. Man, I'm old. And it's full of twists and turns. And this is actually a spin-off where you're playing as one of the main character's friends/rivals, a prosecutor named Miles Edgeworth. Doesn't he look so fancy? Doesn't he look so prim and proper? Oh yeah, he's a smart boy. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who is in the neighboring room. Oh?
Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir.
Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Doesn't even sound like a real name. Her name's just Sheena, probably. This is late in the game, by the way, so if you guys, know the Ace Attorney games and want to play it, feel free to duck out or chicken out. Ha! Ha! But either way, I think we're getting close to the end of this chapter, so just sit tight, sit tight. Yeah. How y'all doing tonight, by the way? What you have for dinner? Was it chicken pasta? I made some nice little veggie burgers. They taste like hash browns, which I'm down for. I'd love to eat a sandwich that's just like hash browns inside a bun. But I needed a little more, protein to it.
It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Gee, I wonder why.
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you.
It was a self-report.
Clearly. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet. However, I know she is hiding something from us.
Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
Hold it. No, not yet. There is something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe!
Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a 2-part special assignment for you. Part 1, eat the samurai dog. Part 1, go to Pizza Hut. Here's my order. I would like a large, extra olive, extra anchovy, extra justice. First, I would like you to run a handwriting analysis on Damas II's note.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Why do you ask like the biggest person here to do that?
Right now, sir?
Like, what's next? You're gonna ask Detective Bad to go through too? Self-report. I repeat, self-report.
No, next decade.
Of course now! We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we, man?
Go on, Gummy, you can do it!
Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, to the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Yeah, but he's a germaphobe.
Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn. There's the ink.
That's so neat! Now I want to try going through there too!
There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea.
It would appear like the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Babyliss ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. And I showered today, too.
Don't you shower every day?
Yeah, but, my water bill's getting really high. I don't really want to have to use...
Then just go take a dip in Alabast Fountain. Larry's doing it.
Oh, that's a good idea, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
Musical references, I will always break them out. Anytime I have an opportunity to sing, I will. No, not yet. Not yet, Snake. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Antagoniser's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key that Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't even figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies.
So you're telling me that this chapter ain't over yet?
Make Gummy do the dirty stuff.
We know Edgeworth had his suit dry cleaned the other day.
He doesn't want to get it all sooty. Because Gummy's a trooper. He'll do anything for the case.
Mr. Edgeworth!
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. Not me, though. My mind is stronger than that. Oh, yes, it's big brain time.
What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? I see what you're doing there.
it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? A little bit, Edgeworth. A little bit. It's what we see from the outside, and now that we actually play as him, we realize he can be a little self-conscious.
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Okay.
That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? Watching videos from YouTube from the lockpicking lawyer.
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake. Hey, it's honestly a useful skill. You lock yourself out of your house, you're like, oops, guess I'll just have to break out my lockpick.
Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir.
That was a fast handwriting analysis. Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective. Oh, he went through the fireplace, right.
Looks like you could use the fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. Just a little bit of ash and dust, that's...
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem is practically turned black. I would love if that actually reflected on his sprite.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburnt ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. Unburnt ink, it's still wet, which means it was probably swapped around to the back at the time the fire happened. Kay would get along with Trucy just fine. Oh, my goodness. Imagine Kay showing up in the, post-Apollo Justice timeline. Not timeline, just time frame, time period. She'd be what, about as old as Ema Sky? Wow, Lady Thief Kay. Ooh, interesting. I'd love to see it. I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but you know.
What, you're saying you don't care about your job? You don't care about me, Gumshoe? I thought we were partners. I see. Very well then. As you wish. Gumshoe, stop being so coy. It's free. You need every little bit. I guess maybe he's like a chinchilla. He takes a dust bath to get clean. I think if you get a chinchilla, like a pet chinchilla actually rolls around in dust to get clean instead of, taking an actual water bath. And the dust you buy at the store is made from volcanic ash. So it actually is really good at getting you clean, apparently. At least chinchillas. I don't know, I'm not one. I'm a chicken.
So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right?
Yes, but it's not all we learned. Well, we actually learned one other important fact.
And that is...
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe? She's a year younger than Ema, but yep. Not that much of a difference, especially if, Dual Destinies is what? A year after, Dual Destinies is a year after Apollo Justice? Something like that?
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. What?
Wait, his sprite actually walked away. I don't know why I didn't expect that. That looked really silly. The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait at the Theatrum Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. Imagine Kay hanging out with Ryung Trucy when Phoenix first got her. You're making it sound like adopting her from a shelter. Well, he did adopt her, that much is true. Man, imagine if all the characters from Investigations had some place in Ace Attorney 7. I await with bated breath. Just like I await with bated breath the next chapter of this game, which is gonna be on Thursday. Let's save. Da 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 da. Imagine Kay meeting Phoenix. What? How would they interact? Like, the dynamic between Kay and Edgeworth comes from the fact that Edgeworth duly upholds the law, like, as a prosecutor, even outside of court. He's just that, you know, not stuck up, but dedicated to his craft, I'll say. Oops. With Phoenix, he's definitely, you know, more jovial when it comes to non-court matters. He'll take Maya out for burgers and or ramen burgers, no problem. They get along just fine. Yeah, let's go. Let's have Kay, Maya, Kay and Maya and Trucy all hang out, and then they'll bring Ima in. And even though Ima is kind of a little bit jaded in the future timeline, she's like, she learns, she gets a little bit of that spark she had in her early high school days. Once more, seeing all the other assistants team up. Heck yeah. Kay meeting Phoenix. So, this is the man you keep mentioning. That man. The man that shall not be named. Yes, the more I say Phoenix, the more he rubs off on me. Imagine the baby chicken meet himself now. Oh, don't cause a time paradox. Let's not have that happen. Carlos, what's up? Congratulations on beating Resident Evil. That was random. Welcome on in. Hope that thing I gave you worked out, by the way. Phoenix used to Maya. But is he used to Kay? That's the question. He's getting too old for this. Alright, everybody. I gotta at least end the YouTube video here. Let's see if there's any art. If you guys have any art to show the stream inspired by the games I play, or the chickeny theme of the stream, post it in the, what is that? Is that like a cup of egg? It's adorable. Post it in the stream art section of the Discord, and I will show it. Oh, I see. It's the bottom part of an egg, and the chick's coming out. Oh, that's adorable. From Kiaro. That's Monster Hunter Rise. What the heck? Wait a minute. Here it is. Look at that. There's a progression here. I feel like in the future we're gonna get a fully grown chicken out of here. Look at it. He looks like he's straight out of Minecraft. Look at it. I love Kiaro. I love it. Thank you. Post it in the chicken's face. Me. I did it. Wow. Yellow Pikachu, do not eat that. That's a living being. You made Monster Hunter Rise. Nah, I don't think you did. But thank you for the art. It's adorable as always. Pixel art. You learn very nice basics by sticking with it, I will say. Yeah. That's the art we have for tonight. I'll leave you with this. Let me just, you know what? I'll keep this one. I like it. Just gonna hide him in the corner right here. No, right. I just gotta make sure it's behind the text whenever Chicken the Crow does something. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. This is gonna be the end of the YouTube video, but we're about to go start a raid and whatnot. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a pleasure, and we are almost done with this game. Almost, but there's at least like 3 streams left. At least 3 or 4, I guarantee it.
It's a long chapter.
It's a long episode. But yeah. As always, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch to catch me live next time I play this or any other game. And there's the YouTube channel for past VODs, games I played before, Discord and Twitter if you want updates about the stream, or just random fun, all that good stuff. Join it if you want. I don't control you, but above all, if you're going to sleep, have a good night and stay clucky. I'll see you all next time. Yeah, not too long from now.